Pi Network began with a deceptively simple yet profoundly ambitious proposition to create a new digital currency that anyone could mine directly from their phone. This was not just a technical challenge, it was a social experiment. The core idea was to build a cryptocurrency for and by everyday people, breaking down the barriers of complex hardware and technical expertise. This essay, a detailed chronicle of Pi Network's methodical and deliberate journey from a closed testing environment to its anticipated full-scale public launch. It follows a clear and structured timeline, examining the 4 critical phases of its evolution. 2023, Testnet. 2024, Enclosed Mainnet. 2025, Open Mainnet. 2026, Wide Adoption. Each stage is a crucial building block, meticulously designed to ensure stability, security, and real-world utility. The year 2023 was a pivotal period for Pi Network, defined by the intensive operations of its testnet. A testnet is a practice arena for a blockchain. It is a fully functional clone of the real network: nodes, ledgers, transaction capabilities. But one critical difference: TestPi has no real-world monetary value. The primary goal was rigorous stress tests and simulations in a safe, controlled environment. The core team could deploy new code, experiment with network parameters, observe system behavior, all without risking real assets. This is where the core architecture was hardened and refined. The team's focus: stability, security, scalability. They analyzed the consensus algorithm, a modified stellar consensus protocol enabling agreement without Bitcoin-like energy use. Engineers simulated network attacks, tested transaction throughput under high load, identified bottlenecks. Every bug found, every crash analyzed, every patch deployed. Each was a lesson. The term pioneer within the Pi Network ecosystem is far more than just a label for an early user. It signifies a foundational role in the project's co-creation. From the very beginning, the Pi core team envisioned a system where the community would be an active partner, not a passive consumer. They were the ones downloading the node software, configuring it on their home computers, and dedicating their resources to help validate test transactions. By doing so, they created a globally distributed network of nodes that mirrored the decentralized structure required for the future mainnet. They were the first to interact with new features: wallet creation, simulated transactions. When a feature was confusing, they reported it. When a transaction failed, they documented the circumstances. They would use their valueless TestPi to purchase virtual goods, tip content creators, and engage with services, all while providing feedback to the developers. This collaborative spirit is what truly sets the Pi Network apart. The journey was deliberately designed to be a shared one. The year 2024 marked the launch of the enclosed mainnet. It was a major step up from the testnet. The enclosed mainnet is the live operational blockchain. Pi coins are real. Transactions are permanently recorded on the immutable ledger. The network was intentionally firewalled, an enclosed mainnet. Transactions could occur freely between pioneers inside the ecosystem. But there was no connectivity to external blockchains or exchanges. A self-contained economic environment, the primary purpose was risk mitigation. Risk, technical exploits. Risk, extreme price volatility. Risk, regulatory scrutiny. It enabled orderly, secure migration from the mobile mining app to personal wallets. This stage was called the Great Migration. Only pioneers who completed KYC were eligible for transfer. This connection ensured compliance with global regulations. It prevented bad actors and fake accounts, safeguarding the network. For the first time, mined Pi became tangible. They could send Pi to friends and use Pi in Pi-powered applications. The enclosed mainnet period was built upon three essential pillars: KYC, wallets, apps. The first and most fundamental was KYC, Know Your Customer. It's the standard process banks use to confirm a user's identity. For Pi, deploying scalable KYC for millions across nearly every country was monumental. to comply with AML-CFT rules and enforce one person, one account. The second pillar was the creation and migration to Pi wallets, non-custodial, meaning only the user controls the private key or passphrase. The third and most forward-looking pillar was the Pi apps ecosystem. A currency is only valuable if it can be used for something. These apps let pioneers use Pi for real-world purposes inside the firewalled ecosystem. Early commerce established utility-based value. Together, these pillars formed a robust foundation: KYC for integrity, secure non-custodial wallets for ownership, and growing apps for medium of exchange potential. This structure was assembled so the community could learn safely. When the walls came down, the ecosystem was mature and ready. Today, October 20th, 2025, marks the culmination of years of patient development and community effort as Pi Network officially enters its open mainnet phase. This is the moment the training wheels come off. The enclosure that once firewalled the network from the broader crypto world has been removed. Public, permissionless, decentralized, fully accessible to anyone, anywhere. The most immediate and profound change is that Pi wallets can now interact freely with external entities, enabling pioneers to send Pi globally, connect to decentralized applications, and eventually, cryptocurrency exchanges. With the network now public, every transaction is transparently and permanently recorded on the public ledger, viewable by anyone with an Explorer. This transparency is a cornerstone of trust, enabling independent verification of total supply, transaction histories, and network health. One of the most exciting aspects is the explosion of development, permissionless innovation across Web3. DeFi, non-fungible tokens, blockchain games, and new social platforms, all powered by Pi. However, this newfound freedom comes with new responsibilities and risks for users. Scams, phishing, and fraud will target the ecosystem. Protect your passphrase and stay vigilant. With the launch of the open mainnet in 2025, the primary focus shifts to real-world utility. A pioneer in Vietnam can now seamlessly and almost instantly send Pi to a family member in Canada, bypassing slow, expensive remittance systems, with low fees and high speed for small and medium transfers. This alone can provide significant value to millions worldwide. Imagine a freelance platform, a designer in Nigeria hired by a startup in Brazil, paid in Pi, held in smart contract escrow. A decentralized marketplace, a farmer sells directly to city consumers, receiving Pi without a costly middleman. Merchants online and brick and mortar can integrate Pi, a coffee for Pi, electronics in e-commerce. Grassroots championing plus easy payment tools create a flywheel. More acceptance, more use, more acceptance. Ultimately, utility separates a sustainable currency from a speculative asset. Long-term value comes from the strength and breadth of its economy. Everyday use is the goal. Looking ahead to 2026, the objective is transitioning from a functional public blockchain to a widely adopted global currency. Central to this strategy, listings on major reputable exchanges, centralized and decentralized. Listings provide on-ramps and off-ramps, converting local fiat like dollars and euros into Pi and back. They enable liquidity and price discovery, critical for stability and business accounting. Beyond markets, the 2026 goal is cultivating a robust Web3 economy built on Pi, far beyond payments. Decentralized social, tutoring paid in Pi, cross-border commerce, microtransactions, and community-owned services. Wide adoption requires navigating regulation and partnering with institutions. Transparency and trust are paramount. The vision: Pi as a practical household tool used daily, empowering small businesses, facilitating global connections, and showcasing human-centered blockchain. The story of Pi Network from its inception to its projected future is a powerful lesson in methodical growth and community-centric development. 2023. Testnet, Essential practice ground. 2024 enclosed mainnet. Secure identity-verified foundation and real value germination. 2025 open mainnet. Opening to the world, enabling public transactions and permissionless innovation. 2026 goal, wide adoption, cementing Pi as a globally recognized, useful digital currency. This step-by-step approach contrasts with launch first fix later, mitigating risk, building trust, and preparing for pressure. At the heart, pioneers, co-builders, testers, evangelists, and the soul of the network. Success will reflect the community's ability to create and exchange real value, build businesses, and solve real problems. The future is not guaranteed. Challenges span regulation, competition, and security. Yet the journey offers a human-first blueprint. Progress carefully, prioritize security and utility, and place the global community at the core. Pi Network aims to be more than a cryptocurrency, a decentralized tool for a more connected and equitable global economy.